Yo, 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 yo. Okay, we live. Alright, I just want to do a quick video on these earthquakes, heading towards California. That's what I ended on my last video, but I just want to go over this real quick, man. It's pretty crazy the signs that they're sending us, so I just want to go over this article here. It says studies suggest earthquake fault could shake up Orange County's future. This system known as Palos Verdes Fault, which runs nearly 70 miles along the coast of Los Angeles and Orange counties, has the potential to trigger a magnitude 7.8 earthquake, according to a new study that is laid to highlight the seismic threats facing Southern California. So we went over this at the end of the last video, but here we go. Good morning. It's Wednesday, September 28th, bringing you today's Time LC newsletter with the latest roundup of news and events. Maybe you saw this LA Times headline the other day, and like we wondered if we were all doomed to be swallowed up by Mother Earth at any moment. Fault along LAOC coast could unleash huge earthquake on the scale of San Andreas, study shows. The phrase huge earthquake tends to give me pause. I recited a little too close to a couple of good-sized shakers in my lifetime. One was a magnitude of 6.1, the other was 6.7, but so far have lived to tell the tale. Neither of those, however, could hold a candle to the potential experts in a seismic event along the Palos Verdes fault zone, according to this report by one of our colleagues, Salvador Hernandez. Scientists found the fault could produce a quake of magnitude comparable to one of the San Andreas fault. Hernandez writes earlier estimates that the fault zone could generate up to a magnitude 7.4 earthquake. A new study shows it could produce a quake as strong as 7.8. Okay, so they're just now telling us this out of nowhere. So, this happened just after the Mexico earthquake, the desert tsunami in Death Valley that I covered, which was real weird. The Mexico earthquake is so far away from Death Valley, but it caused water to come up out of the Death Hole Valley, which is like insane. The Devil's Hole. It was a desert tsunami, so yeah, this is just pretty crazy, dude. So this is just one source how they're saying it's gonna be a big earthquake coming. So if they're just now telling us this, they've been knew about this, bro. So I just want you guys to know, get ready, cause it is an earthquake coming to California, for sure. Like they're just now telling us this. The everything in California right now is we're already in a drought. We're in a food shortage. The Colorado River is drying up, which is the biggest supply of water that supplies the West Coast. So with that river drying up, we're already in a drought. It's gonna get even drier here. Okay, so we go to this right here. It's Santa Clara, largest active Santa Clara Valley reservoir, only at 39% capacity. The largest active reservoir in Santa Clara Valley was only at 39% capacity Tuesday, and the water agency doesn't expect things to improve for several years. The water level at Lexington Reservoir near Los Gatos is expected to stay low even if there's an abnormally high rainy season. Lexington currently is the largest reservoir in the valley, with Anderson Reservoir offline for years-long seismic retrofit. The other reservoirs in the country aren't doing much better, with Guadalupe Reservoir at a startlingly low 18%, and the future doesn't look so bright for that one either. I'd say for the next decade, how you see the reservoirs now is how it's going to be in the future, said Chris Hicks, dam safety expert at the Santa Clara Valley Water District. Hicks updated the agency board to progress the retrofit project of Anderson and Morgan Hill. It'll be another decade before that one is back up and running again. So in the meantime, the agency has to get creative to ensure the valley's water supply is intact, even during the current drought emergency. Okay, so things is getting crazy. They're paying farmers to not farm right now, just so we have water right now. So right now our food probably ain't even real. Like the stuff we eating, bro, is mostly GMOs that is made in a lab. They're making all this stuff in labs, trying to make everything seem normal as possible, okay? But believe me, it's time to start thinking like in panic mode. Start getting supplies, start getting water, start getting everything you need, safety, medical, all that stuff. Start getting anything you might need in case of an emergency, bro. Because if something happens, it's gonna be bad. You know, it's gonna be a bad earthquake, just like Hurricane Ian right now. Like they just started telling those people not too long before it hit that it's gonna hit and it's an emergency. They been knew it was coming. You know, the whole ocean is getting more and more water as opposed to shifting. So with the ice melting and the ocean becoming enlarged with so much water, it's likely that you know it could be a tsunami after this earthquake. That's what I'm feeling from all this information I'm getting. So I would just say, man, just get ready for the worst. It's not to be in fear, but you just got to be prepared and ready for anything right now because they're not going to tell you to the last moment. So it's like this earthquake. This earthquake could be right around the corner, and they're downplaying it. They're still playing it like it's a fairy tale. But it's not. It's not a fairy tale. So just after this, after they talked about this, this was what well, this was today, but they brought this up on Monday after the Mexico earthquake and the Death Valley desert tsunami. They told us about how the Palos Verdes fault is basically something that they didn't notice before and how long it goes. Believe me, they've been new, bro. They've been new about this Palos Verdes fault. Like they're lying. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping it all good. Just like movie 2012, bro. They gonna keep it, make it as normal as possible. Tell you not to panic, and when something happens, it's gonna be your ass, cause you listening to these people rock you asleep and rock you into a false reality when things is really happening in the real world. The ocean is really alive. These fires, the planet is with us. The angels is with us. Things is bound to change right now. So as far as this, man, let's go ahead and go to this. So this was yesterday, right? On Tuesday. Magnitude 3.7 earthquake was reported Tuesday at 103, about 22 miles from Bakersfield. So that's right here in California, Bakersfield, not too far in between up north and Los Angeles. So like this is crazy, bro. This was just Tuesday after they just started talking about this Palos Verdes fault. Okay, the earthquake occurred 24 miles from Tehachapi, 28 miles from the California city, 31 miles from Arvin, California, and 32 miles from Lamont, California. The past 10 days, there have been one earthquake of magnitude 3.0 greater center nearby. You see what I'm talking about? In the past 10 days, there's been one earthquake of magnitude 3.0 or greater center nearby. So, in the past 10 days, it's been an earthquake every single day, but you're not going to hear about it every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not putting this information out to scare you, to prepare you. For the third time in 37 years, a major earthquake strikes Mexico on September 19th. So this is what I was talking about. But this is just a related video, okay? So for some reason it won't let me show it. An average of 25 earthquakes with magnitudes between 4.0 and 5.0 occur per year in California. Recent 3 year, okay, but why you guys have to bring up the Palos Verdes fault all of a sudden? Why is it such a big thing now, and why is it such a big point? So that was the Bakersfield earthquake right here, right? We got yesterday too. Stanford study reveals new fault line near Bay Area. For years, seismologists have warned everyone about the big one, raising concern for those who live near the San Andreas or Hayward faults. But now Stanford experts are alerting the public about faults we didn't even know ever existed. Ever. Like, come on, bro. Who would think they fooling? Like, there's no way that they didn't know. Like, they sit here, they study this stuff all the time. They for sure knew, like, these earthquakes is happening, and something that's happening. Some scientists behind the scenes has already said you know, the due date of when he thinks it's gonna happen. They not gonna put that information out, but I could tell I'll feel it soon. So one is the Shannon Monte Vista Fault, which is the east San Andreas and runs from the south of Gilroy through Silicon Valley and west of Palo Alto, which is basically like just what we were talking about, Silicon Valley. Like that's kind of like Bakersfield going that way. Like this is all basically attached, bro. The USGS revealed Stanford study in smaller faults can still generate enough shaking to generate a 6.9 magnitude quake, which is the same size as the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. So you see what I'm talking about? Like things is heating up quick, bro. Quick, not slow, but quick. Like they're already reporting earthquakes every single day, like 2 times a day, bro. Already since Monday. Okay, so let's go to this one. 3.4 magnitude earthquake strikes near San Jose and rattles part of California. Okay. 3.4 magnitude earthquake shook part of California on Wednesday, September 28. Geologists said the earthquake rattled a loom rock about 6 miles northeast of San Jose and about 10 a.m. according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Weak shaking from the earthquake could be felt near San Francisco, Fremont, Sunnyvale, geologists reported. 3.4 earthquake is smaller than some California residents may be used to, but dozens of people felt the earthquake. Hours after, 52 people reported feeling it to the USGS. Let's see what this is, man.
That slip rate at all. 1 to 6 millimeters is a pretty big rate.
Even though the earthquake study could be concerning Californians, the possibility of an earthquake is always
so here it is, y'all, right here.
But a new study has Palos Verdes residents on alert. Researchers are looking at a fault system made of multiple strands going through the region. A study from Harvard University shows this segmented network of faults could be interconnected.
Are you telling me they ain't been seeing these faults?
Massive tremor
bring this up right now?
7.8 magnitude.
What this study did was say, we think these multiple strands can add up like they
this is 2012 type stuff, yo.
Really long, and it's the length of the
fucking bridges collapsing, all kind of stuff. Like you don't even know, like terrible earthquake, bro. Tsunamis after all that.
This is two scientists.
The ocean is full of water.
Dr. Lucy Jones told KCBS's Lauren Posen the slip rate of the Palos Verdes fault is another factor considered.
So if it does have these really big earthquakes, they're really quite infrequent. And this study didn't narrow down that slip rate at all. 1 to 6 millimeters is a pretty big rate.
Even though the earthquake study could be concerning for Californians, the potential for the big
Look at that, bro.
With the territory.
We're always going to eventually experience that. So we just need to be prepared.
You just need to be prepared. That's it. Yeah, bro. If you're not prepared, you better start getting prepared, because I'm guarantee you something's happening before the end of this year. Shoot, I'd give it a month, bro. Like, seriously, like, you don't even know. Like, shit could hit before this next month. Like, you have no idea. So, I would say, man, start getting ready, because it's coming. It is coming. So let's go to this next one real quick. We got these earthquakes out the way, alright? Now what is this? Swiss glaciers see worst melt on record in back-to-back heat waves. I was just looking at this earlier today. Swiss glaciers have recorded their worst melt record rate since records began more than a century ago, losing 6% of their remaining volume this year, or nearly double the previous record of 2003. Monitoring body Glamos said on Wednesday. The melt was so extreme this year that the bare rock that had remained buried for millennia re-emerged at one site, while bodies even of plain lost elsewhere in the Alps decades ago were recovered. Other small glaciers all but vanished. We knew the climate scenarios that this situation would come at least somewhere in the future, Matthias Huss, the head of the Swiss Glacier Monitoring Network, told Reuters. And realizing that the future is already right here, right now. And this may be the most surprising and shocking experience of this summer. Hear what he's saying, bro? Archaeologist Matthias Huss front takes notes of decrease of ice, while other members Glamos team drill a hole in the glaciers, Dennis Pueblos. Okay. So, bro, the ice is melting It's melting, which means the ocean is getting plenty more water, bro. That's why this Hurricane Ian is so strong. That's why it has so much water. That's why the waves are so huge right now. Because the climate change is melting everything, and the ocean is getting bigger. And they know this already, but they're not going to tell you. They're not. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to wipe out a lot of people once it does happen. So it's like, this is like pretty crazy. Switzerland records worst melt records of its glacier. Oh, here we go again with another one. Talking about the same thing, but yeah, bro. 6% is just crazy. 2022 was a disastrous year for Swiss glaciers. All ice melt records were smashed by the great dearth of snow in winter and continuous heat waves in summer. The group, coordinated by the Cryospheric Commission, said in its report on Wednesday, melt rates have far exceeded the previous records for the hot summer of 2003. The glaciers have lost around 3 cubic kilometers of ice in 2022, more than 6% of the remaining volume. Like, bro, this is crazy. All I can say is get ready. Like, some big is happening. I feel it. Look at this. The climate crisis is making the Pacific Islands uninhabitable. Who will help preserve our nation? Climate crisis is creating an increasingly uncertain future for people in most parts of the world. Paradoxically, in my region, the Pacific, it is making our future increasingly certain, but not in a way that gives any kind of comfort. Tuvalu, the low-lying South Pacific island nation, about 11,000 people, has been classified as extremely vulnerable to climate change by the United Nations Development Program. Some scientists have predicted that Tuvalu could become inundated and uninhabitable in 50 to 100 years or less if the sea levels rise to continues, which they know it will continue because, like we just read, the Swiss mountains, it's melting at an alarming rate, the worst rate break in history, right now. So why would they say 50 to 100 years? Like, come on, this is gonna be happening soon, dude. It's gonna be happening soon because it has to be. Tuvalu and our Pacific neighbors have done nothing to cause climate change. Carbon emissions combined across the entirety of the Pacific Islands amount to less than 0.03% of the world's total, even less if we speak of the historical emissions. The existential threat we face is not of our making, but it will remake us. How we even negotiate the remarking is a question the international community must now urgently begin to address. People everywhere across all ages and walks of life are demanding leadership on climate change, especially from those most able to provide it. Tuvalu is in an acid test of leadership. If the international community allows an entire country to disappear from climate change, what hope will we have left for anyone else? Unprecedented time. Scientists cannot tell us exactly when our homeland will become inhabitable, but it does tell us how. Nah, they could tell you, they're just not going to tell you. As the ocean rises, salt water permeates into the aquifers that provide our drinking water. A rising ocean brings higher tides, and with increasing storm intensity, our villages and fields are devastated. Flooding leaves soil saline, which reduces crop yields and weakens trees. Infrastructure such as home, roads, and power lines are washed away, and higher land on which to rebuild does not exist. The precious coral that supports our tourism and nurtures our fish stock perish as the ocean warms and acidifies. The cost of eking out of an existence, of maintaining the status quo, increases for individuals in the entire country, over time becoming too much to bear. Families gradually leave, eventually, and the nation itself become increasingly enchote, legally and spiritually rooted to the shoreline that is disappearing under rising tides. The tides is rising right now. Okay? This is crazy, yo. Like, that's basically it for this video. Like, all I want to say is really just get ready for an earthquake to hit California. Get ready, get your supplies, let your friends, family know. Everybody, tell them, man, it's an earthquake coming to California. And I don't know if it's going to be here next week, in a month, 2 months, couple months, but it's coming, bro. If I was you, I'd be prepared, because I'm prepared like mug. I got everything I need. So I've been prepared for years. So if you're not prepared, I would go run and get whatever you need if it's possible to get it, bro. Cause we're in a drought, like food shortages. We're light on everything. The moment something happens big, people are all gonna rush to the stores. They're gonna rush to get gas. They're gonna rush to get everything. It's gonna be too late, way too late, far too late. So do it now. Just do it now, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to be worried about it every day. You don't have to be in fear. If something happens, you're ready, just like the rest of us. Okay, but if not, if you think it's a joke, you think everything is a joke, you living in a false reality, you thinking everything is good, you just watching sports, that's all you paying attention to. You just focus on celebrity gossip. B got killed, this person, Aaron Judge just the biggest home run. If that's what you focus on right now and that's it, then you're gonna have issues when something like this pop off. So that's all I gotta say. Peace out. Uh Praise to the Most High for bringing this message to you guys and getting it out. But yeah, bro, something big is coming to California for sure. A big earthquake for sure. So get ready. Y'all bless and y'all stay up.